I'm sure to be intense. I'm sure to be emotional. Similar to what San Antonio was like. Probably a lot more love than what we received down there. But you know, it'll be a emotional game, and for our guys, it's just another game. And I'm sure probably Demar is going to go through some uh, range of emotions. But at the end of the day, it's a basketball game, and both teams trying to get a win.
What did you learn about Demar as his teammate?
A lot of things, how to score the basketball. Honestly, just such a educational thing to learn how this guy is so good at what he does, and the work that he puts in. And for me, it was just kind of like a culture shock coming into the NBA, not really knowing what to expect, and to see him and Kyle from day one, the amount of work that they put in their craft to become who they are, and to develop over the years was almost shocking. Just you don't really realize it until you're with the guys every day. And he's just an unbelievable worker, and was still, obviously to me, one of the top offensive players in the league, and is just very gifted.
Fred, your situation obviously is not good. How's it feel? What's your prognosis? What do you think? Frustrated, disappointed?
Yeah, I mean, I was, I'm kind of over it now. It's been a week. Obviously, dating back to the Knicks game, just going through the game, thought I just jammed my finger. Played through it, played three and a half quarters, and subbed myself out. And we treated it as a jammed finger. Get an X-ray. The X-ray doesn't look so good. Get an opinion, get a second opinion, and obviously that's when we decided to do the surgery. So either way, at that point, it was the difference of, a few weeks, a week or two in terms of recovery time. So thought it made sense to just clean it up and shore some other things up that I've been dealing with, and still give myself some time to get a few games in before the playoffs. So that's what I'm aiming for. It's not concrete. There's no real timetable. Just see how it is. I got my cast off yesterday, so go back in 2 weeks to get reevaluated.
What's the question? Does it give those other things, the hip, the leg, the foot, whatever, how else is bothering you, a little chance to calm down?
You would hope so. I got to talk to Johnny Lee about that. I ran enough today to pass out, so I had a long, weird break of not being able to do anything, bunch of meds, and just kind of being on, not bed rest, but, not really doing anything, as you can imagine, after a surgery. So I'm a little low on energy right now, but, I'll have to build myself up over the next few weeks, get some strength, and, try to maintain a good balance of staying in shape, and also trying to get healthier as possible. Yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens all the time. I'm not sure it happens to a player like that on that stage all the time, but I mean, it's happened to me. It's happened to most guys before. It's unfortunate. And I think he actually had a real injury after that. Maybe it was a knee or something. I didn't follow the game too closely, but just hope the kid's all right. It's unfortunate. Good. Thank you.
No, just want to play any other game.
You don't feel that you played so many years there, there's nothing special about a game like this?
No, not to me. Another regular season game after All-Star break. Obviously want to come on and get a win.
There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be excited to see Demar come back. Obviously, he's a very popular guy here. You've gotten to know the Raptor fans a little bit, having been here. I mean, is that something you would expect to see, them excited to see a player like that come back?
Yeah, I mean, he had great years here. Played 9-10 years. Led their franchise pretty much in every category. So I'm pretty sure, they'll be happy to see him play.
Just watching that game that you played in San Antonio, it seemed like one of the weirder environments that we've seen in the arena before. Did it feel weird to you
I mean, going back, you know what's expected, but I mean, just felt like a road game. But you know, it's more booze when I do have the ball. But you know, like I said before, only environments like that can only get us better. Just being able to have you know, the fans up in their seats, excited, and you know, wanting the team to lose. It just prepares us for the playoffs.
Do you ever feel like it'll be normal to play the Spurs, to play Pop, to play those guys that you were in the locker room with so well?
It felt normal to me playing. It was basketball. It was two hoops, two teams trying to win.
Does the emotion of a game get to NBA players still after all you've gone through, either the positive emotion or the negative emotion? Does it still create juice among NBA players?
From what? Just being traded?
No. Does it get you going when you're in like a rabid environment, one way or the other, good or bad? Does it add something to that night?
I mean, if you're trying to prove something wrong, I guess. But, man, I don't feel that way.
You don't feel a need to
I mean, my juice will start going once the playoffs and stuff comes along, and I mean, just competing and just being on a journey with the team, trying to complete our goal. But no, I wouldn't say it's higher.
Demar has talked about how it's kind of hard for him not to pay attention to how Toronto's doing without him. Do you kind of check in and see how the Spurs are doing? Do you have any thoughts on how their season is going?
To me, I really don't watch a lot of NBA games, just seeing how stats are. I just try to focus on the team and who we playing next, or you know, just trying to make ourselves better within seeing how I played last game and you know how we can improve. Looking at guys on the team, but no, not really. I know where you are in a playoff. They're on a playoff run, but I can't really say what's their record or the last game I watched.
Do you look forward at all to, I think Pop's going to be coaching the Team USA. Do you look forward to playing for him again in that situation?
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. You know, able to play for your country and contribute in that type of way, being another round of NBA guys, and like you said, another great coach, Pop.
So if in an environment like San Antonio or even a positive environment you get at home doesn't affect you, what gets you going? Like, how do you kind of find that competitive level that you?
I just pretty much said it, just the journey that we're trying to accomplish, going out every night, no matter who we're playing, you know, trying to give my 110% effort. And once playoffs come, hopefully we're the best team we could be and keep striving to our goal.
Kawhi, how would you describe the chemistry of the team now, or a change in chemistry with the addition of Mark and Jeremy?
It ended off well before All-Star break, but I mean, it's hard to say. It's been like one or two games. We have to get some more games under our belt and you know, see where it goes from there, seeing how we need to adjust and what sacrifices we need to make as a whole to make this team gel and be as great as it could be.
Why we haven't
Last
seen
question.
you since the All-Star break. How did the time off do for you? Like, how did you spend it? Did you get some good rest? Did you feel better?
I didn't go on vacation like everybody else. I was still working out and making sure I'm strong for the second half of the season. But obviously not being able to, you know, not playing the NBA schedule within those 9-10 days, you know, helps the body rest, mind as well.
Expect them to handle the different emotions better here tomorrow?
Well, I sure hope so. I think that, you know, that one had to sting a little bit. I don't think that you have that many in a NBA season that you say, oh, geez, last time we played Indiana, they got us, and you're still mad about it a couple months later. But that one stung a little bit, and hopefully our guys are gonna go out there and play with that kind of attitude that to erase some of that sting.
There is a chance that the biggest cheers will come for a guy on the opposing team. How do you feel about that, and how do you feel about the time you were here with DeMar?
Well, let me answer the second part first. I love DeMar. Right, had a great 5 years with him. And it was fun, just like everybody around here says, it was fun to watch him grow. We had a tremendous amount of success, and I think it was neat to see him, just things that kind of stages that I remember are things like becoming a good screen and roll player, right? Becoming such a good passer, out of handling the double teams. Those were stages he kept on making as he goes. And another thing that I always on the fond side of things is just watching him work out. He's got this pace that he works out at, right? And he does his shooting workouts too, and I don't think it's everybody's cup of tea, but there's times when I would sit there and watch one shot after another go right down the middle and watch his footwork and rocking back and forth, and it was artistry to me, just watching this guy at a super high level go through his routine and watching such perfection. So those are some of my good memories. What was the first question? How am I going to feel about everybody cheering for somebody on the other team? Yeah, I think it's okay. I think he deserves those cheers, Doug. There's no doubt about it. I think that at the end of the day, though, who the crowd cheers for, how loud they are or anything shouldn't affect our performance, right? I think we want to go in there and win the game. That's our. We want to play well. We want to improve. We want to get these new guys integrated and see what we can become, and let the rest of the stuff be the rest of the stuff.
Kawhi just was in here just saying, the game in San Antonio, he said it was just another game on the schedule. It wasn't a big deal. There's no highs, no lows. He said tomorrow night's game is just going to be another game. You've gotten into Kawhi a little bit. Why is that? Why is he the type of guy that doesn't? He obviously can get up for a game and put on a show, but he doesn't. He says there's no emotion.
Well, he's a very even-keeled guy, first of all, right? And I would also say that I would say this. I would say that he has done it and been to the highest level. He's been to the highest level of championship game and won it, and he's won the finals MVP. So I would imagine that once you kind of get to those things, that these regular season games don't move your meter as much. I just don't think they do, and I don't think he has any personal agenda here. He didn't like say, trade me to Toronto, and now there's this big war. But he just was a guy that was moved to Toronto. He's trying to he's trying to have a great season with his team. He loves, he always talks about winning. He's committed to winning, and he's trying to have a great season personally, professionally, and continue to move on. I just think that's probably part of it.
But on the flip side, you got a guy like Demar Derozan, who all he talked about was how much he loved the city that he had to leave, and coming back here is obviously going to be, I would imagine, an emotional night for him and for the fans. Well, it was emotional in San Antonio for different reasons, but
yeah. I think it'll be a little more joyous tomorrow than it was in San Antonio. Oh, you guys thought of that already? Sorry about that.
You see the emotion from Demar's side. Why played there for a long time?
I don't know. I guess I think he, like I said, he thinks he played well there, and he won a championship there, and his life has moved on, and he's kind of handling it a little differently. I don't know.
Part of what makes him great,
Well, I don't know. I think there's a lot of things that make him great. He's very skilled and a great competitor. He's a smart player. He can really score the basketball. There's a lot of things that make him great.
As a coach, how difficult or is it even important to get a read on Kawhi's highs and lows? Or do you have any idea at any given time if he's feeling up or down?
He doesn't, like I said, his meter doesn't move too much, right? There's not a time when I'm sitting there in the huddle looking at him and going, oh, geez, Kawhi's in trouble. I can't go to him, or geez, Kawhi's half asleep. I gotta wake him up. It's neither. Right? He's just, in the huddles, in the halftime, a pregame, he is like 100% locked in. I've said this many times to you guys this year. He's always looking at me. He's always listening and kind of nodding his head. And I always say that's a great feeling as a coach. It really is, to have guys that are looking at you and going. It's not unlike me looking at you right now and you're nodding back at me like you get it, right? You get what I'm saying or whatever. It's just a communication thing that you would think maybe from a quiet guy like that you wouldn't see all the time. But once we're in there, we're in a pregame, pregame or halftime or postgame, when it's a team situation where we're meeting, talking about whatever it is to deal with the team, he's locked in and ready to go. And there is no panic, and there is no low level emotions either.
We're from San Antonio. We dealt with him for a long
Yep.
time. And obviously, like you said, he's an even-keeled guy.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that he was booed in San Antonio, to think that he would not have an emotional response to that,
Yeah.
that's kind of too much for the average human.
Yeah, I agree. But I agree. I think that I don't really think it bothered him too much down there. I mean, did he play great down in San Antonio? He was okay, right? He was okay. We didn't play great. I mean, it wasn't Kawhi's problem down there. It was all of us, me, myself included, right? Yeah, maybe you would think it affected him, but it didn't seem to. To me, I talked to him a couple days afterwards, and I said it was a kind of a rough couple days, and he goes, that was kind of his response. I'm good. Let's go. Let's get the next one.
Going back to Demar, can you have a sense of why he seemed to connect with the city and this fan base the way that he did? Because it's a different level kind of than a lot of other players.
Well, first of all, this city's awesome, and this fan base is awesome. It's when you're a Toronto Raptor that's a really good player, these people love you, right? And I don't know. I was thinking about it last night of why was the guy so upset? He's going to arguably the greatest franchise since 1999 in the NBA. And he was, and I was thinking, man, this place must really be something. And I think it is. I think I mean, there's some other reasons, I'm sure, that he has or whatever. But I was just thinking that it hadn't be all been like we traded him to, the Iowa Wolves in the D League or something, right? I mean, he's going to San Antonio, the Spurs. So anyway.
Did you see the Zion Williamson shoe mishap yesterday?
I did not, no. We had late practice last night because of the break, and I did not get out of here till that game was pretty much over. But I did see the report, but I didn't see it yet. Sorry.
The Kawhi stoicism you talked about earlier, how he locked in and focused, does that carry over to his teammates, and do they learn from that or mimic it or try to see how that affects him so that can maybe affect them?
I don't think so, Doug. I think that they just kind of he is who he is, and I don't think it bothers them either way. I don't think anybody's trying to say, man, geez, I wish I could be that calm right now, or anything like that, or we should all be calm,
I should be more like him.
I don't think so. Only thing, I think it's just his individual personality, and I don't think it bothers anybody, or is a help to anybody. This isn't a help or a hindrance either way. There's many times when Kawhi is, when the huddle's a little erratic, that he's a guy that's saying, hey, let's everybody calm down a little bit. They'll listen to that when there's some frenetic stuff going on in the game.
Mick, you got here about kind of halfway through DeMar's time here, and you saw how he talked about how he grew every year. How much did he grow as off the court, kind of as a person, from the time you met him to the time you left?
Well,
You guys are already there.
yeah, I think I'm not 100% sure about all that. It's hard to know what he was doing off the court before I got here and how he was, but he certainly matured a lot. It seemed like, I just know that this is a really good dude. I didn't know him any other way, right? I didn't know him any other way as he was easy to coach. He was easy to talk to. and he was a great performer. You know, I just think that I can remember. I'm not really answering your question, but because I don't really know what he was like before I got here. I just can remember telling many people over the last 5 years, like, he's the best dude ever, right? You know, people that ask you, what's he like to coach? He's like, he's the best dude ever, right?
Guys, we'll do the last couple questions and then Brennan.
Do you see any similarities between the two? Things that we wouldn't see maybe?
Well, I mean, I think positionally they do a lot of the same thing. They're both high-level NBA scorers, right? They both kind of play the wing. They both kind of play a little bit methodically with the ball. I see a lot of similarities. You know, they both can post a little bit. As far as plays, I mean, personality. I mean, yeah, Demar's not the most talkative guy either, right? Or he's a little bit more emotional. He'll swing his fists around a little bit more, and he'll get on the refs a little bit more. You know, things like that. He'll be a little bit more reactionary to things than Kawhi.